Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Maeve's Bar Sligo.
We start so many episodes like this, lads.
You stressed out.
If anyone wants to set us up a studio in the IT or something, and maybe we'll just record there anymore, that actually might be savage.
Should be savage.
I don't know if anyone out there has the ability to do that.
No.
Is there, you know, like if there was like a county show, like let's say if like Sligo as a county set up a show where they were like, let's call it the Sligo show.
Yeah.
And if they had a hub then that you could actually record in
Like
from now on.
in ATU, like where they
We'll never. Some people still call it Tech Ray here. You can't call it the ATU, not yet anyway.
I just opened a little white hag.
Lovely. Can I have one or no? I mean, like they're actually in the room and you're still not giving me one.
We can do one there. This is one I brought home and chilled myself.
Did you?
I did, yeah. I didn't want to be costing you money.
Ray, you are the most selfish man in the world. What's the red one?
Red one.
Yeah, what's that one called?
It's the mochaccino.
Oh, it's a chocolate one. Yeah, what's the lager one there?
I think you're probably better off with this. The hell is
No, there's
lager.
one more in behind the Father's Day card as well. Check that one.
Yeah. I can drink behind Father's Day cards. That's a 9th wave as well. Do you want that one?
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah,
not as cold as mine. We know what it'll do.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah.
So you're stressed out.
No, yeah, I'm not stressed out. No, just shut up. If you're wrecking my head already. No, there's gremlins in the room we set up in. That's the stuff we do for you. The amount of stuff, the amount of leads that are literally just thrown around the place, just trying to get this thing to actually work.
Yeah.
So from now on, we're going to go to that's the other thing I was going to say to you as well. If anyone looks at our TikTok page, not the most recent video, I think I got called a bastard. Not that one. If you look at our TikTok page, I mean this now. We're obviously recording this video in a box room.
We are.
Of a housing estate.
Yeah.
It looks terrible.
Now, I try. Well, no, I mean, at least people can identify with us, you know?
Yeah, but I don't want them to. That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
You want them to aspire to be
Yes.
us. Yeah,
they have to look at us and go, look at the lives the boys have.
Yeah, true.
Do you not know how marketing works? That's what they're supposed to be like. Jeez, the boys are making it.
That's true.
Not good. Do you see the boys are still recording in the shitey box room?
Myself and Laura have been flat out for the last 6 months trying to buy a house.
Yeah.
That we could then move this to.
Yeah, but that's great, Ray. That's like someone saying to me, like, Mark, some way down the line, man, I look after you.
Yeah.
And I go, when?
But it's very difficult.
You're trying to
really
spend
difficult.
400 grand just
for a box room where we could do this in. And by the way, I've realised, and I have to say, Laura pointed this out, Daft, which is where you buy the properties from, or myhome.ie, obviously.
Is Daft, yeah.
So Daft is essentially Tinder for houses.
What do you mean, like?
There's actually similarities between the two. So on Daft, there's obviously good-looking houses and there's not so great-looking houses. Right? And the not so great looking houses, they're easy. You can get chatting to them and you can go home with them very quickly. Whereas
up to the bedroom.
The pretty houses, they'll make you work for it.
Yeah.
And it's really vexing.
You might have to spend some money on them.
You might have to spend a lot of money on them. You have to put a lot of time into wooing them and trying to get around them. Go on, you will. You let me take you out, will you? You will. Sometimes I should have just gone for a shite house.
I should have just gone.
It's way too straight. We decided to go for a pretty house.
Just so I don't sound as vulgar, we'll pretend I'm the woman in this. Like, you should sometimes just go for the big ugly bad.
Yeah,
really,
we should.
Women out there, you're going to have to start settling.
Yeah,
across the board.
And I like Laura. Obviously, has settled once in her life. I think she just doesn't want to settle a second time.
I think that she's realised what settling is now, and she's like, I'm not doing
that again.
If I'm going to be looking at that fella, at least it should be in a nice kitchen.
In a nice kitchen,
you know.
So,
and I mean, she deserves that after everything she's been through with you. Like, you know,
it's awful. And she said at this point now, it feels like. Obviously, the two of us are in the situation with the sellers of the house.
Yeah.
And there's an over and back going on.
Yeah.
It feels like now we've been trying for 6 months and getting nowhere.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of going, friends are whispering in our ears going, I don't think they're good for you.
So, does it get to that though?
Yeah. People go, I don't know, is it for you?
Well, that's what happens when you're trying to buy Oris and Uchtron. We don't want to give away too much. Ray is in dispute with Michael D. Higgins.
Yeah.
He thinks he can claim
land. I want it and the dogs.
230 he offered him.
Flat out, spat in the hand. And that's why I think he might have ended up in hospital there recently. Because
Did you ever notice the smugness that people have when they use the term cash buyer? I'd love to punch those people into the face. All of them.
That's another thing I learned about being a cash buyer as well. If you're a cash buyer, you don't have to convince a bank that the thing you're buying is okay.
Yeah.
In our situation, we have to convince the bank that yes, this is an okay house, everything's fine.
Because they're the ones that's buying it,
Because
not
they're,
you.
they're the ones that's buying it, not
Yeah.
us. We get to pick it,
Yeah.
but they're paying for it.
Yeah.
It's a bit, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
It's
cash-
like a child going into a toy store
and dad
going,
buy-
that's definitely what I want. And the parents going, I know you're going to play with that for 5 minutes.
yeah.
Would you not get this very sensible toy over
Yes,
here?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with the cash buyer, they can give shite.
Yeah.
They're literally going, I know it's on fire. I still want to buy it.
Cash buyers drive me mental.
Yeah.
Across the board. Cars or
Everything.
Because what happens is they tell you about this thing that they got. Mm-hmm. And they're just waiting. They're like the Dubs. They're just waiting to come in with the term. They're going to you like, I bought this house, like, and it's a nice house and all. And you're like, geez, I'm delighted. That's great.
Yeah.
Like, and then they're still going, I had to drag this conversation on a little bit more. Yeah, well, there wasn't much of a negotiation in it. Was there not? Oh, that's good. Yeah, when you're a cash buyer, you're like, fuck off. Like, do you want to know what cash I can't buy a Carmelo or a Turkish bar, and you're buying a fucking semi-D 4-beds, like.
With your cash.
Oh, I'm a cash buyer, you
Cash
see.
buyer,
That's
yeah.
great that you can save money. I'm delighted you can save money. I'm trying to drink Guinness and enjoy myself. I mean, not even that often. I can't afford to go for Guinness, Ray.
Oh.
Now, I know we're supposed to be the ones that are... I said earlier on that we're supposed to act like big dicks on the podcast.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but I can't. I mean...
And we're sponsored by a pub, which I'm sure it's Spot You Guinness.
Them boys wouldn't spot you again in Maves.
Yeah.
No, they do, actually. I don't want to say that, actually. I do sound like a prick saying this, and everyone will think that they can do the same. I haven't paid for a drink ever in Maves.
That's marvellous.
Geez, I hope Brian O'Sullivan doesn't go, what?
Did you hear that Joey got sacked from Maves there? Apparently he's giving out free drinks. Yeah. Apparently the tills haven't been right for months. Come here. Speaking of people that we love, right?
Who? Oh, you mean Joey and Ryan?
Jenny,
Sorry.
yeah. Vinny Higgins, we've only very recently, and I mean in the last 3 minutes, he's after coming in with a text. He rang me there before we started recording. Vinny Higgins, everybody knows, everybody's favourite premium mic stand provider here in Sligo.
He has the best of mic stands.
He wants to buy a rig. Right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't own the rig. I know the man that
A
owns the
rig
rig.
is a set of speakers.
Thank
for
you.
everybody.
Yeah,
Yes.
a set of 4 speakers and a little lamp rack.
Yeah.
And I went back to him and I said, this is how much this speaker system cost.
Yeah.
The person I'm representing bought it for X amount.
Is Vinny a cash buyer?
Vinny's after coming in with like €200 less. I'd be paying cash.
Isn't that Vinny with the big cash buyer head on him? And he'll have that rig out at a gig next week. He'll be doing a gig rig.
And he'll be getting that money for it.
Yeah, no, but someone will say, Jesus, he'll say, what do you think of the rig? Oh, I just bought it. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, it's nice, yeah. I wasn't much to go. I offered him 200 less, did you? Yeah. Well, cash buyer, like, cash buyer.
Yeah, cash.
I fucking hate unbelievable.
How does one become a cash buyer?
Oh, not with the life decisions we made.
No.
That is seriously not with the life decisions we made. I say this about, there's a housing estate being built across the road from us here, Ray.
Yeah.
The 4 no, they're beautiful.
Rubbing it in your face,
The 4 beds are £460,000.
460
in Caltra in Sligo. Isn't
Jesus.
it 460 or 440? I mean
We're
tomato,
440 down the road.
tomato to Kendy.
Yeah.
But I just go, who are the people that have these bought?
Yeah.
Who has the money to buy these houses now?
Cash buyers.
Cash buyers, really.
Yeah.
And these people, I'll tell you one thing, they're not sleeping on springs.
I've 2 things that I need to say to you about that. I seen a very interesting thing on TikTok which said that back in the day, remember the day? A single,
I remember that day, yeah.
A single income family would be, the typical old school thing where the father's working, right? And the mother's the homemaker.
Yeah.
But the father's out.
We tried to get rid of that there now, not so long ago. The countryside eBay, fuck off.
But the single income family were able to buy a house.
Yeah.
And raise a family in it.
Yeah.
And then if you were lucky enough, there could be 2 incomes in the house and you had a whole heap of, you could go to Spain and buy a house in Spain as well if you wanted to.
Plenty did it.
But now the whole society has pivoted and now you can't buy a house unless you're a dual income family.
Yeah, even
because
so. Yeah.
Single people can't buy, and that's so fucking sad to see that happening.
Yeah, so, and there's that has a huge knock-on effect, Ray.
Yeah.
So we're all for, like, let's say, okay, let's call it equality, whatever. So women are now in the workplace, whether they want to or not.
Yeah.
But that has a huge knock-on effect because now, well, you can't put kids into a creche. Like, it's 2024, you can't get a creche.
Can't get a creche, yeah.
Like, we can't get a creche. Like, not a chance would we get Annie into a creche.
Right.
But they've forced us into
Cash
this.
buyer.
Yeah, I said to them, give you cash for the year.
Give you cash for the year, yeah.
But the thing is, we've been forced into this society where you have to, well, you both better be earning 80 grand. You need to have 2 incomes.
Yeah.
And you're going, okay, well, then we better send the kids to get minded. No. Well, there is no one there to mind the kids, though. And then you go, well, what happens then? So we're in a we're on a very weird trajectory in this country where we're being told, well, it's well, you need two incomes, like if you're going to buy a house.
Well,
Unless you're someone who makes $100,000 a year. I don't know who those people are, man.
Grannies are being persecuted.
I'm glad now. Finally, Ray, someone.
Grannies
Leo's
are
only
being-
out the door a week and Ray's he's at it.
Grannies are being. It's grannies
What
that
do you
are.
mean?
Grannies are the ones that are being tasked with picking up the slack.
What
when
do
you
you
have a
mean?
dual income household that have to go out and work and pay for the €460,000 house above in Caltra,
Yeah.
right? They can't afford the childcare, so Granny ends up having to mind the baby.
Oh, yeah, well,
and
yeah.
Granny's then put in an early grave, then trying to mind children.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I said to me, like, it's like,
I know what's so funny about that, Brendan.
Brendan,
Big
you know
laughing
something-
head in you.
Brendan, do you know something? You're disgusted, Ray.
You're disgusting.
That's disgusting.
Laughing
stuff.
about our mothers
No, but that's
passing
the
away
thing.
early.
But the annoying thing is, my brother Joey got there first, like, so he's called dibs.
Oh no!
This
my,
is the thing.
My sister Joanne did the same.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. So Joey is called dibs on Mam, and
Yeah.
she's up and down to Galway. Like honestly, like
She's a path
twice
worn.
a week. Like,
Yeah.
I got her for the first time. Ali is 18 months old.
Yeah.
I got her for the first time last week because we were struggling. Right?
Is that because Joey was on holidays or something?
No. She had to then get a bus from Sligo to Galway because I said to her, "Will you come down Wednesday? I have to be in Galway Thursday." I was
Oh,
like,
see,
"Please,
yeah.
ma'am, I need like 4 hours, please." Because Nicola's parents are young and vibrant.
Right.
Now, my mother's doing great for her age.
Yeah.
She's still able to cycle a bike. She can't stop it, but she can cycle a bike,
Yeah.
right? Nicola's parents are so far away from retirement.
Yeah.
And it is...
Are they out partying and having a good time and not willing to mind the baby?
No, it's just that they're in a two-income family trying to fucking pay a mortgage.
That's fair. Okay, gotcha.
They're
gotcha.
still at that stage
They're
of
still
their
doing
life.
that.
You know?
And by the way, I've seen them minding Ali. They're very effective.
Oh, they're brilliant because they're young and sprightly.
Yeah,
and,
they'll be following Ali around.
and it's their only grandchild so far.
Whereas Geraldine would be off on the bike, long gone from Ali.
And not able to stop, like
no,
I said, speed.
We'd call
Yeah.
her in Ballina, cycle a bike.
Cycle a bike, Kendy,
Yeah.
they call her. Cycle a bike, Burke. So they... So that's the situation that we're in right now. We can't get that either. So we are asking your lovely Laura.
Yeah.
We're asking the lovely Luigi to come down and mind Daddy whenever we... And luckily for us, our two incomes, like we're so blessed that my income is not for the most part needed during the day. I make money on the street corners at night,
You
pubs
do.
at night.
Yeah.
So even though it's annoying, I get home at 2 a.m. and I have to get up at 6. It means that I can mind Daddy.
Do you be awful
And-
tired?
No, like once you get up, you're up.
Oh,
Like,
good.
It's
good,
not so
yeah.
bad. You know,
I thought about you this morning, and not in a sexy way.
you did, man.
I
You were lying in the bed.
I
in
was
your
lying in
jocks.
the bed. It was 8 minutes past 9 this morning.
said, "I'm thinking
and I was
about
thinking,
Kendy."
Jesus, imagine Kendy's up 2 hours before me.
Yeah, no, like it's
Then I
well,
fell
it's
back
some
asleep
change
for another 20 minutes.
Oh, did you? That's good. I'm delighted with that now.
Yeah.
No,
Gets
the-
easier apparently.
but the
according to
thing
Brendan.
is, I'm running the same show that my father and mother ran years ago.
Yeah.
Because Dad gigged.
Yeah.
And there was no motorways back then or anything, and he couldn't just gig around Roscommon. So he was in show bands.
You get played
and
out.
country bands. Oh, easy.
You can play it out.
So Dad would be 5 o'clock in the day. He'd
Yeah.
take off for Wexford.
Yeah.
No, on bad roads, all the way down. Still bad roads to Wexford. Then he'd get back at 6 a.m. And then Mum would go to work. And then we'd be up then, and he'd
Yeah.
be doing everything he needed to do for us.
Yeah.
And then she'd get back from work then at 5, and then he'd go again.
He'd be gone again.
And that's kind of what me and Nick
Yeah.
are doing.
Yeah.
And like I haven't seen her in, I can't remember the last time I seen her. No, it's not that bad. Obviously, I'm just, for the most part, kicking around Sligo. But that's the reality that most people are facing nowadays, is this two income. Now, I don't know, maybe Simey Harris, you wouldn't know.
Simey.
Simey.
Is that what we're going to call him?
Shite in the bucket, Simey. Just goes out to you, Simey Harris, you junkies bastard. So he's taking over now. What happened? Well, you can't say.
I can't say what happened, but people are saying that he sounds very like the Viper.
That's very good, actually. I didn't even think of
the
that.
Hardy
now.
books,
I
yeah.
won't even be able to listen to him ever
I
again.
will. We'll have to wait and see what Simey Harris comes up with because, yeah, we have to wait and see.
Because, yeah,
No, because
it's a great insight, Ray.
no, obviously give him a couple of weeks and months in the job, see what he does.
Well, I mean,
I hope he
is-
doesn't do any big reshuffles because there's people there doing good work. I don't want to see them moved.
Yeah, okay. Like who?
Minister of State Kieran O'Donnell.
No, lovely.
He's
He's
mighty.
doing Trojan work
And it's not
altogether.
often I'd say it.
Too often, actually,
no.
I find that you say it.
No, he's doing Trojan work. That man is marvellous.
What kind of stuff does he be at
He's
now?
just very pragmatic, going, why are we doing that now? That doesn't make any sense. Let's do this. And I'm going, geez, you're dead right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean...
He's like, what was the boss like you used to work? You used to work in Spar, did you?
Super Value.
Super Value in Roscommon.
Don't you dare bring up Spar around me, Ray. I'm Super Value all the way.
What was the Super Value boss like?
He was actually
was
lovely.
it a gentleman?
Yeah, he actually was lovely.
Was he very good at running a supermarket?
Well, he ran it for 50 years. So
Yeah,
definitely.
and did everybody respect him and go, geez, he's good. Like, he knows where to put the oranges.
Yeah. Oh, that was actually his biggest thing.
Yeah, oranges.
Sometimes I see him putting oranges out, and I'm like, wow, that is poetry in
Yeah,
motion.
isn't it?
Honest to God.
It's a lot to be said for
So that's what your man has good oranges, is what you're trying to say.
I'm just saying your man knows where to put the oranges.
Yeah, I
might
mean,
be afraid Simey would move him.
yeah, like I think there's a lot of pressure on Simey. I think in retrospect and in hindsight and looking back and all that at Leo,
Yeah.
it's only now that he's gone that you realise, obviously his biggest problem, I think, was that he completely lost Royal Ireland. Like,
Maybe, yeah.
he was so Dublin centric, not for his own fault. I always say this, right? When you're giving out about politicians, you can't expect them to have any empathy for you, and it's not their fault. No, but it's not. No, empathy is different than sympathy, though.
Okay.
So, empathy is where you go, I know what you're going through.
Oh, yeah.
Sympathy is where you're going, I'm sorry you're going through that.
That's right.
So you
He had
can't.
a lot of sympathy, not a lot of empathy or something.
Yeah, and empathy is the key to everything.
Yeah.
Because he obviously, I mean, I don't know his upbringing,
So
but he didn't grow up in rural Ireland.
No,
And
but neither did Simey.
no, I don't know anything about Simon.
Simon's a Wicklow fella, I think.
Yeah,
And
well,
I don't know.
I mean,
did he do it? I think, if anything, we should be nearly probably sending them down. They should do the green cert, which is that 2.5 year Chagas thing.
They should do a safe pass.
They should do some sort of a 6 months
Yeah,
down
but
the country.
Chagas goes in fucking Kilkenny as well.
true, yeah.
It's still, that's good flat land, Ray. Have you ever driven through Kildare?
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
I'd be going, hang on now a minute, to head out to Connacht is real. Like, we have dirty old, pucky old, sorry old, rocky old land.
One thing I'll say about Leo, and to his credit,
Yeah.
I don't know, did you see much of this, but you know the whole, there was a big kerfuffle about why all the ministers went away, especially to the States for Paddy's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Because the whole thing that's going on in Gaza is
Yeah.
disgraceful.
It is actually
A lot of
disgusting.
people were saying, do you know something, don't be going over there now.
Yeah.
Tell them you're not coming because
Yeah.
you think they're shite.
Yeah.
But instead, they obviously didn't do that. They went over. But I have to say, he ruffled some feathers.
He did, and some people are saying, like, he must have finished a speech over there saying, you're not doing enough, America, and some CIA agent put his hand on his shoulder and said, you will be resigning next week.
Yeah,
boy. That's
it was very. He literally went in, and I seen an American spokesperson, commentator, whatever he was, saying, "Look, don't be now. We think you're a great crack, and we're enjoying you. And we love the whole drinking and the Paddy's Day.
Yeah,
and the
they
Irish.
wanted us to come over as a token.
Yeah, don't be coming in. You get more attention. We're punching apparently as a country.
No.
When it comes to America.
Sorry, America can fuck off then if they think Ireland are
No,
punching.
hold on now.
No, they can, though.
Let's not find ourselves outside Lily's on a Tuesday night and all of a sudden shouting at each other here now.
No, but I mean, no. But the thing is, like, we're far more reputable than them fucking loonies.
Okay, stop.
Sorry now, I'm just saying that.
Calm. Jesus, I'm
Fuck
touching
me.
nerve there.
I mean, they'd be looking down their nose at me. We made America.
America, anyways, kind of going, you're punching, lads. You're coming over here. We're having a bit of fun. This is a bit of crack.
Yeah.
Don't come in and use the bit of crack to tell us we're shite.
Yeah.
And I suppose nobody likes to be told they're shite. And
Yeah.
that's what,
especially when it's true.
Especially when it's true, when
Yeah.
you know it's true, and you're going, I know it's right.
Yeah.
Look, it's worth a lot of money to
Yeah,
us.
and
so.
Josie Biden, I don't even think he knows there is a war.
I know
You
he does.
It's not his
but
fault.
in fairness to Leo went in, had serious cojones,
Yeah.
and essentially told America they were shite
Yeah.
to their faces.
Yeah.
On Paddy's Day.
He did.
In front of a room full of reporters.
Yeah, and Eamon Ryan said, "Don't be flying anywhere, anyone."
Yeah.
But I am tipping off to where I don't know.
The furthest reaches of the planet.
Where was he? Where did he end up?
I don't know. Fiji.
I'll tell you one thing: he didn't cycle anyway. That's for sure. No, I do. I mean, that was one thing. I was like, "Jeez, he said it." I couldn't believe when he said it. I was like,
very
"Fuck me, he's
impressed.
after saying it," you know.
Yeah.
But like I said,
And now look, the big changes.
now, but
All of a
there's
sudden,
big
UN resolution. Things are happening. I know Leo had to resign over it, but
Well, I think
No.
finally when Leo resigned, they said, "Okay, let's start taking this thing serious. Your man's gone."
right. Maybe Leo was the one. Never mind.
No, you can't be saying that. No, the one thing I will say though is Simey Harris. Okay, he has 8. So they're straight away. I mean, straight away, Sinn Féin. Mary Lou was out, and I mean, Mary Lou. Whatever you think about Sinn Féin, I mean, her comments after the the referendum we had.
Yeah.
I mean, were real sickening.
What did you say?
She obviously went for it, like every other party except for Aontú, and
Yeah.
said, no, we need to go for this. And then the second that they got hammered, 80% to 20,
Yeah.
she came out and said, well, I don't know now. I mean, I told the government not to go for this. And you're like, you spineless bitch, like. would you not just come out and
You got that one wrong.
We got that wrong. She was like, no, it wasn't us now, really though. But no, you went for it, like.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like her though to do things like that.
No, well, that's, I mean, they're born backbenchers, like I said, or they're born opposition.
I'm not talking about that side.
No,
of the party.
you can't. No, well. We won't. No, we won't. I'm
Let's
not getting
move on
into
from
that.
the political stuff. I'm getting nervous.
We'll just finish the political stuff by saying Simon Harris, he's not going to call a general election. Mary Lou was like, we need it now. Like, well, we need to go straight for us. And they're dropping points every day, so they know they need it now before they drop any more. He has 18 months to try and fix a housing crisis, a HSE crisis. He's clearly not going to be able to do that.
He might put a dent
I
in
think
it, though.
Leo literally, right? So Leo was driving towards a country on a boat.
Yeah.
Right? And he realised, he put his foot down, that brake's not working. And he said, I'm just going for a fag. And he jumped into the ocean.
And the next thing, Simon's standing there going,
And
what's going on?
Simon's like, well, I better just take this wheel. And he's like, geez, that brake isn't working.
Yeah, okay.
Is Leo back from his fag? Yes.
Yeah. Where's Leo gone?
No, you know.
Is Leo there? What happened to him? Why did he leave? Why isn't Leo taking my calls?
I mean, I don't know. He obviously has a very, very tough job ahead of him. He's from. I mean, there's talk of there's a mass exodus from Fine Gael now. If Fine Gael wants, they need to get the sport back in Royal Ireland again because they've clearly been. Obviously, they've been told a lot of stuff that needs to be done by the EU. Yeah. Some of it does have to be done.
And we've been brought to court over it.
Over which now?
The bogs. We're not properly implementing the bogs.
See, that's
stuff.
a big thing.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the end of the political discussion after this. At some stage, Simon is going to have to find one battle that isn't as big as everyone thinks it is and tell the EU to feck off.
Okay.
He has to do that.
He has to
once.
kick Bishop Brennan up the arse.
He has to. So it might be the bog one.
Yeah.
It could be where they say that's the end of you.
Or like a really good American show where he'd find some spurious little regulation somewhere where he could turn around to Europe going, we're not going to court because you're wrong and you can't handle the truth and all that
That's
sort of
what
stuff.
he needs.
And all of a sudden all the farmers go, we're away from the bog.
He needs a you can't handle the truth
And I'm
thing.
raging because that's where I'll be too.
No, but isn't that true though?
Yeah,
he needs to win back Royal Ireland because they're just finished with them, like you know.
True.
Anyway, that's the political talk done. Best luck to Leo.
Yeah.
In his inevitable, probably some corporate job
fair play. He's a very capable man.
or doing speeches somewhere along
I feel really
the way.
bad. Like I said,
I feel bad for him as well, man, because it must be hard to go home to his lovely place in Stony Batter.
No, I know. It's a really nice place, actually.
Yeah.
No, I've always carried with me my first, obviously, encounter with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the time I met him in the pub and told him that he needs to be more like Bertie.
Yeah. And how did Bertie end up again? How did he get
Bertie's on the comeback.
Bertie, I tell you, Bertie could be there.
When you start seeing things in the news like, Bertie, I heard thinks Simon will be a great TD.
Oh yeah, I heard he's running the pitch and put outside up the Recormort Road. Nah. That was an absolute nothing. There's a place called Bertie's Pitch and Put in Sligo, everybody. That's why I said that. Any crack, Ray? Any
a
news?
few bits.
Yeah.
I might as well just go straight into it.
Oh yeah, bits. Yeah.
Have you any bits?
I mean, no,
right.
Even why would you ask me that?
I came across a really interesting thing.
Okay.
Tubbercurry taxis.
Right.
So
Tubbercurry is 20 minutes outside Sligo town. Beautiful part of the country.
And around Tubbercurry is a whole heap of rural Ireland.
It is,
right?
yeah. Exactly what we're on about.
Yeah, and there are local bars. There is apparently local bars kind of out in the middle of nowhere around Tubbercurry.
Yeah.
And possibly in Tubbercurry itself. And I was out for a staff leaving do last Friday.
Right.
And I met a lady who lives near Tubbercurry. And she was telling me about this absolutely revolutionary scheme.
Okay.
A scheme, right? That they've come up with all by themselves. So I started off with a couple of lads. And they were kind of going, how are we going to get to the pub and get home? Because there's no taxis.
Yeah.
So there was a shortage, an epidemic.
You can't drink and drive.
You can't drink and drive.
Thanks, Fianna Fáil.
Thanks, Fianna Fáil. Thanks, Fine Gael. Can't. Oh, yeah. And that Healer A fella said, no, I'll have one or two. It's fine.
I tell you one thing, he was dead right.
Yeah. So they were like, what are we going to do? We still need to go drink pints. What are we going to do? So they came up with a little WhatsApp group and a rota. So you're taking maybe 6 lads. And they took it in turns to work weekends.
It's like the Tidy Towns.
Yeah, so me and you, if it was me, we'll say Brendan and Sean O'Reilly.
Yeah.
That basically this weekend I'm going to drive.
Yeah.
So I drive us to the pub.
How are you going?
And but if you're in the pub yourself, drinking pints, you can text me without any guilt whatsoever because I'm on that weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
This WhatsApp group ballooned.
It's like Westdock.
Into freaking 40 or 50 fellas. And women, by the way. Women are in this group too.
That's disgusting.
But there's like a big WhatsApp group and they've now got enough people that everybody does one weekend a year where if they're on that weekend, they are responsible for all the trips from that pub.
So
if we'll say Mary is on, me and you want to go to the pub that Friday night. We go into the WhatsApp. Who's on tonight? Mary.
Yeah.
We text Mary. Say we want to be in there for about 8
At
o'clock.
any time.
At any time.
And can Mary stop for a battered sausage and a curry chip?
If she can. Yeah.
Like, is that part of it as well? Like?
Yeah, but basically they've got this like internal taxi system now on top of.
But it doesn't cost any money. It
doesn't cost any money because everybody puts in a weekend.
Yeah,
and apparently the mileage is quite significant on that weekend. You could do anything up to maybe 600 or 700 miles, like. Do you know, around the wild.
Tubbercurry is huge, if anyone's wondering. It's massive.
Yeah, don't ever turn left off the N17.
Gee, that is what a great idea, and I mean it works great for them because like there wouldn't be a huge amount of taxis in Tubbercurry.
No,
like like Uber drives. What's it called again? What's the driving
Uber,
thing?
just Uber.
Oh, Uber. Yeah. So Uber.
Yeah.
Like there's a huge dispute like that. You can't let Uber into Ireland. I think there's parts of it in Dublin.
Absolutely let Uber into Ireland.
No, because it'll be another Airbnb thing. I think stick with the taxi drivers on this.
You think?
I'm with them.
Okay.
It'll turn into Airbnb again, where you're going, hang on now. Like the actual job itself, all these people are just industry people now.
Yeah, well,
like Airbnb was supposed to be, I'm gone for 2 weeks. You want to stay in my house and I get a bit of money? Yeah. Now it's like people are just buying up properties and calling them Airbnb now.
I shouldn't be saying what I'm saying in this. I just really enjoy the app. And it's the whole psychological thing. I can see where the car is.
You can do that on free now. Now free.
Yes, you can. You're
but
right.
they don't like that either because they take like 12% of the cut as well. Like so. If you're going out like
taxi drivers,
like ring taxi drivers, ring them. But anyway,
but
that's what I'm saying. In Tubbercurry, it doesn't matter. That's great.
Wait,
huh.
Let's just talk about the taxi drivers, right?
Yeah.
You ring the taxi driver. How are you, Francie?
Yeah.
Hello. That's if he answers the phone.
Yeah.
Right. You can hear there's 18 people in the car with him. Right. Hello. No, I'm on the way out here now. So I'm sorry now. I'm riding to Moor West. I can't. No, it'll be an hour.
I'll be an hour.
I'll be an hour. And you're freezing your balls off. And he's the only fella that answered the phone.
Yeah. I mean that's Sligo now. That's Sligo. I mean there's certain parts you can go where there'll be taxis lined up like all the way down. I mean if you want to get a taxi at 1 o'clock in the day outside of the fucking town hall, that's no bother at all.
Yeah.
If it's 3:30 in the morning on a Saturday night before St. Patrick's Day, you're not going to get one.
Unless you live in Tubbercurry.
Yeah, unless you live in Tubbercurry.
Yeah.
So maybe there is a call for it in Sligo.
Yeah, mix.
I won't be doing it now. One weekend alone. I don't even go out one weekend.
I'd be doing it. If Uber came into this country, I'd be signing up for it in no time. Me and the little Peugeot 206, which I wouldn't mind anyone getting sick on.
Oh yeah, that's
I'd be 100% doing it. Now I don't know how Laura would feel about that. She'd probably be against it.
You could do it on the little Vespa you're going to buy as well. You'd be bringing one fella home every 2 minutes.
Speaking of the Vespa, on your license, did you have like the free motorbike?
No, yeah, you asked me that before. I actually don't know that.
Did you check it?
No, I didn't check it.
People, I think they've stopped doing it. You get a free motorbike qualification up to 50 cc's.
Yeah.
If you got a license way back. We have a driving instructor out in the hallway. Brendan, do you still get a free motorbike on your license in Ireland?
He is one of the worst driving instructors in the country.
Oh, God, it's a good job he took a retirement.
He hasn't a clue, man. The fella's never seen a motorbike.
Yeah, I'm still looking at them. There's still time. I'm going next Wednesday on the honeymoon, and I was explaining to Laura the things I've booked.
Right.
So I've booked a load of different things.
Okay.
And I said
none of them are romantic.
I'm going to tell you what they are. And as I was telling her, I kind of went, "Oh Jesus, this sounds like I've booked a lot. I feel like I might have overbooked the holiday."
Yeah. So now, this is your honeymoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a Mark Kennedy type honeymoon though.
So let's get that out there now.
Very, very different.
I get you to tell me all the stuff you've booked. So this is what me and Nicola did in our honeymoon. Mm-hmm. We sat on a rooftop pool for 2 weeks straight.
No.
So what's yours?
Okay.
That was a lot for us to take in now. Sometimes you have to use the stairs. It was fucking...
In a very short, 1 minute summary, we arrive into Rome on the Wednesday. On the Thursday, we go to see the Pantheon in the morning, the Colosseum in the afternoon, evening, and then we go for dinner that night. Then it goes to the Friday. We go to Castel d'Angelo in the morning. Then we go to see the Sistine Chapel, St. Peter's Basilica, and the Vatican Museums in the afternoon.
Oh my God!
And then Saturday we're going rowboating in the Villa Borghese gardens, and then we go to see the Villa Borghese art thing. And then after that, and I thought this was the pièce de résistance for my little Rome trip. I've booked an e-bike cycle from the centre of Rome city centre right down what they call the Appian Way, which was like the old road that the Romans used to come in on. So we go
on their e-bikes. The Romans used to do that. Yeah.
And we go to see some catacombs outside of town, and then this is a sunset e-bike tour, and that's the 3 days in Rome.
And where are you going after that then?
Then we get on the Sunday. Then we get the train down to a place called Salerno, and we get off the train and we have the dinner and we get in the boat, and the boat brings us around the coast to a town called Positano. And then in Positano, we get up on the Monday and I have the lunch, I have the dinner, and I have the after dinner drinks all booked. Then Tuesday we get up at like 7:30 because we're getting a boat to the island of Capri, where we spend the whole day abroad in Capri. And then on Wednesday we get a bus all the way down the Amalfi Coast to visit all the little towns and villages all the way down. And then on Thursday morning we get up.
Are you fucking with me?
Thursday morning we get up and we get the bus to Pompeii, which is, the ruins of the Pompeii.
Yeah, nothing like rounding it off with a load of dead people.
And then we come out of Pompeii, we get the train up to Naples, where we stay for the night, might get some pizza, and then we fly home on the Thursday.
Okay.
I explained this to Laura last night.
Is Laura into this? But then why are you making her do it, Ray? I am so glad. I am so glad that me and you are not homosexuals and married. I would. That is so.
It's a lot of going.
No, but it's very frustrating though. Like, it's so self-indulgent for you to go, do you want to go away, Laura, and do everything that I want to do?
It kind of is.
And I'm booking this and that's it, like.
Sorry.
Isn't that terrible?
This is a bit.
That is one of the worst holidays. And there's people out there going, Kendy, what are you on about? That's beautiful.
There are 50-50.
Does anybody want to get their balls tanned for 2 weeks straight?
What we should have done is not done all of that. We probably should have just pootered and ate ice cream and pizza and relaxed. I'm stressed out myself even thinking about it now.
You're going to be on full stress alert.
Yeah, and the only reason I realised I've done too much was because last night I was trying to book a rooftop bar for cocktails and I just went away.
But why don't you just go to a rooftop bar? Why do you have to book it?
I don't know. I feel be funny like that.
Like, you've booked every meal. Why don't you just go and have a meal?
Yeah, we probably should. The fear is there that they'll be all booked out.
But what do you mean? You just walk up to a place and
I know, but all the places could be all booked out.
But how would
be
they?
Very busy.
You think the whole of Italy is booked out?
It could be booked out. It's March.
I tried to book Italy in March. No, nothing.
It's April, yeah, all booked out.
April, whatever the fuck. It's maybe like I might be the idiot here.
No, you're not.
There's definitely people here who are going, Ray, that sounds class to me.
I don't know.
It's the same way. There's a lot of my friends that went on their honeymoon to Vietnam.
Yes.
And Cambodia. Vietnam and Cambodia. And I was like, sorry, no, I don't want to wear fucking bad flip-flops and have dry feet and get attacked by a monkey halfway up the jungle on my fucking on my honeymoon.
Yeah, in fairness, we should have just
Why?
We should have focused on tanning our cheeks a little bit more.
I saw a video from Cambodia, probably.
Yeah.
A monkey stole a child. And I think that the child has been raised as a monkey by the monkeys.
Yeah,
like, he's adapted, and the parents are like, I mean, what can we do?
Yeah.
He's adapted to the lifestyle now. He's picking stuff out of his hair. Huh? There's a lot of parents there now going, hang on a minute now.
Who are these monkeys you speak of?
Jesus Christ.
Because I can't find the creche.
Yeah. But that is, I don't get that. You know, people who go and try. There's a friend of ours who's still big into traveling, like, and I was saying to him, geez, we're in our 30s, man. How do you still, how are you I'm like, fuck that.
I just hope we don't need a holiday when we come back.
Is there just no fire in my belly to be doing?
I don't know what's right. I'd love, in fairness, I wish I could do, if I could do the trip with you and Laura.
I would hate that.
Like, as in, do it with you first, and then come back and pick up Laura and bring her for the same trip, and see how you feel about it after.
Well, she would obviously get on a lot better than I am. She's a lot more adventurous than I am.
Not just that, but she can tolerate me more than you can.
That's
a
probably true.
A lot of the way the marriage works is she tolerates me.
It is a lot of tolerance, isn't it?
Oh, a lot of tolerance. She's a very tolerant lady.
Very. That is. Yeah. I'd love to know what people think of that.
And what's worse as well, I've researched the shite out of Rome, so I'm very much going to be full of historical shite talk.
Yeah, is there still fights going on in the Colosseum? No. When did they stop?
They stopped about 300 or 400 AD.
Ah, fuck! I must have just missed it.
And I'm very lucky going on the honeymoon. I have to say a big shout out to Gerald O'Connor, dentist here in Sligo.
Yeah, he's a great travel agent. What? What's that mean?
Well, because I was crippled with a root canal.
Oh yeah, did you get it done?
I've been an awful day. I thought it was the bottom tooth.
Right.
And I went in. I have 3 dentist appointments. This is the 3rd guy I had seen. And he looked at it and he went, I don't know, is it the bottom one? I think it might be the top one. And I was going, oh, I'm interested. Right, okay. He said, but I think it's fucked. I was like, okay. But I can't get over. I have to say, Gerald O'Connor here in Sligo is very good. First of all, he brought me in because we were going on our honeymoon. He said, I'll get you in, even though I'm booked up till June.
Yeah.
I'll get you in. So he got me in.
Right.
The staff and everybody were lovely.
Cash buyer.
I honestly, it's fucking massive money too.
He was like, I have a load of these medical cards, fucking old peasants.
I take you this evening if you're
cash buyer.
But he did the whole root. I had to get a root canal, which was my first ever root canal.
Not good. Now, be careful now because I get sick. What is it? Can you hear it?
The drill out, the drill out the tooth.
Fall on your.
And they pull the root or the nerve out, or they disable the nerve or cut the nerve out of it.
Yeah, they do. They get little pliers.
Oh.
And he's like, is it the blue one or the fucking brown one?
It was an awful hour, I won't lie. I mean, he was very gentle, but it was an awful hour.
He had lovely hands. He kept kissing me on the cheek as
and
well.
talking. In fairness, I have to say, fair play, there's a bit of crack in him.
Yeah.
Because at one point, your one Jane, that was the other lady that was assisting, she left the room. And he was like, Jane, can you come help me, Jane?
He must have been like, what the fuck is going on?
But he was having a crack.
He was like, no.
But they were talking in code. It's mad too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
it's like
it's
21.
mental. Yeah.
21.
Your man has a 21 AB out the...
Half size.
Yeah.
Pedestal. Pedestal.
Porcupine coming
8.5.
through the... Yeah. And you're like, 9. I'd say 9.
Heat.
It's mad. It's mad.
mad.
I had it done as well because I got me two girls assessed and it was they went through the whole lot.
Yeah, and they pull in a little yellow paddle and it beeps. And you're kind of, what kind of wizardry is this, you know? And he's forever taking x-rays. And they leave the room. A dentist, I don't know any nurses. When you get an x-ray done in the dentist, they all leave the room.
Yeah, sorry, no. I went into a dentist recently, to a big fancy one.
Yeah.
And she said, like, this thing is going to spin around your head. And she was like someone on D-Day hunkering in behind a fucking...
Yeah,
and you know the thing is, to make it work, I've had to get my daughter x-rayed quite a bit because she had hip dysplasia, right?
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, so... If you bring a child in to get x-rayed now, you have to hold them down, you know? So
right.
I'm in there, right, exposed with my head over an x-ray machine, holding down my daughter who's getting x-rayed, very precisely positioning this x-ray machine over her hips so that it doesn't do any damage to anywhere it shouldn't. My head is over it, by the way. Your one is in behind bulletproof glass.
Yeah, they just leave the room.
She just go and she's like this. She's like cowering in the corner. Okay, I'm gonna start this. Oh. And you're like, I'm just leaning over this X-ray machine now.
Yeah,
like.
but maybe it's because they're getting it done every day. Maybe if they were in the room every day, they'd end up with like
a radiation problem.
A radiation problem, be like Chernobyl.
Well, I felt like. Fuck this, because there was one time where they were like, Nicola was going to do it. And last second, they were like, oh, you can't be pregnant.
Oh, God, right.
So we were like, oh, shit.
So market to go in and sacrifice
Nicola
himself.
is pregnant, like, so we can't. Now, I have seen some torturous stuff where they put babies into these little glass cases to x-ray them, like, and hold them up. Oh, it's terrible. It's heartbreaking. They're just looking at you going, why do I, you know. Anyway, that's me talking, and there'll be parents out there who will agree, and other people who are going, I wish Kendy'd shut up about his family.
And the last thing I'd like to say is fair play to the dentist, because the lady at the reception actually rang me at like 9 o'clock that night to make sure I was okay.
What?
Yeah.
She's not supposed to be doing that, Ray.
What?
No. She's like, I'm just having
No, they did. They said it to me.
I'm just having a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Are you alright?
Ringing off my own mobile.
Do you need more drugs? I'll call over.
Yeah.
What are you?
And Laura's sitting beside me going, who's that?
What are you wearing?
It was just the lady from the dentist.
She was like, I have my other nurse's outfit if you want.
Oh!
I'll call over, hey?
No,
I'll check your temperature.
It was genuinely, and I think that was one of the nicest things of the whole service, is that they kind of go, I'm after pulling the nerve out of your face. Yeah. I'm going to ring you in 4 hours to make sure you're alive.
Cash buyer, Ray.
Cash buyer.
Did you know, ladies and gentlemen out there, if you're self-employed or even not self-employed, I only found this out, that if you want to go get your teeth cleaned or you need to have an appointment with a dentist, you get one of each free every year if you are what they call in this country legitimate. Yeah. So do that.
Yeah.
Now.
And move on, my last few bits.
Oh yeah, go on.
So we did the Tuppercurry taxis, which will be everywhere. Yeah. Did the free bike. Brendan's bits. Brendan's bits. You know that Nicola's fantastic at the housework.
Yeah. That's one of her that's her best quality.
If she turned around to you,
and I'd like to actually minimise all the other stuff she does first before we say what a brilliant cleaner Nicola is in her household.
She's marvellous.
She's the reason we voted no in the referendum. I said, hang on now a minute.
Would you, if
telling that woman she can't fuck a mop of lure?
If she turned around to you and said that she wanted to be remunerated for her work, as in if she wanted payment? I
thought you meant, I was like, I've given you enough numbers. Is number 2 on the way?
No. So if she wanted to kind of like, she obviously is aware that she's doing the lion's share of the cleaning. And I have to say, similarly in my own household, me and Sean benefit from Laura doing the lion's share of the cleaning. But if Laura and Nicola turned around and said, come here, look at now, we're doing a lot of work here, we need to get a few pounds for it.
That would be brilliant.
Now it's fine for me and Sean because we split it, like, we chip in. But how would you feel about having to pay Nicola directly for the work she did?
I mean, that's a good point. You're talking about an old one-income household there now, Ray. Like, as in, she sits at home and cleans all the time.
Maybe she's still working.
Or maybe she's still working.
Yeah, no, it's basically she wants, if you're not doing half the cleaning, and she's doing all the cleaning, that you would literally pay her for the half that
Okay,
you're not
well,
doing.
how far down the line do we go then? Because let's say, for instance, if there's other stuff that I do, I want to get paid, Nicola, for the petrol money that I do use when I go shopping in Duns on a Tuesday morning.
Yeah, okay.
So where does it stop?
That's very good.
Are you just saying that cleaning is a job and driving to Duns isn't a job?
Yes,
How dare
true.
you sexist pig?
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean?
I like that now.
So there's plenty of stuff. That's Ray.
Yeah.
That's just like marriage and life.
Would you be?
Why are people on about doing this?
Well, there was some lady that asked her husband for money for the cleaning of the house, and he was fuming.
Yeah, because
he reminded her that he was driving to Duns every Monday.
Yeah, he said that. Tuesday we drive. We all fellas drive to Duns on a Tuesday.
That's where we all meet.
No, it's just a big Don't get it wrong now, because boys get pissed off there. Not really. It's
Yeah.
true. No, it's like hang on now a minute.
Right.
This isn't a great house to be at. I do plenty in this house.
Okay.
There's sometimes I'd be leaving like, so, you know.
What?
I'd leave me clothes there to be cleaned, we'll say.
Okay.
She didn't have to go get them.
No. Okay. Yes. Oh, wait now. You've actually hit on something. I leave clothes there to be cleaned.
Yeah.
I leave laundry on top of the laundry basket.
Yeah.
It might be in an unruly pile.
Sorry now, for anyone in Ireland, laundry is washing. Washing is what we're talking about
right,
there.
okay.
I don't know why you said that in the most
That's
American
what I
way.
would call it, laundry basket.
Laundry?
Yeah. I don't call it the washing basket.
It's washing.
Why don't I call it the washing basket?
Who in Ireland calls it laundry? It's called the washing. It's like the groceries are called messages.
Oh, no. They're groceries. Feck, am I Americanized?
Yeah.
Have I watched too many episodes of Friends or The Big Bang Theory or
Would
Two
you
and a Half
call
Men?
messages groceries?
Oh, I never call
or
them messages.
shopping, like you'd call shopping groceries.
I call it groceries. Oh.
What? What the
What
hell?
else is there?
I'm trying to think, is there other stuff like
Where do you put your shopping in the car?
Where, in the boot?
yeah, booze is good, yeah, thank God.
Not in the trunk.
No, thank the Lord above.
Okay, that's fair enough. What's a footpath? It's a footpath, not a sidewalk.
It is a footpath.
Oh, yeah, we're all right then so.
Yeah, but those two now, that's not great now. Jesus
Groceries,
Christ.
yeah.
Anyway, go on, sorry, what were you saying?
So you wouldn't pay Nicola?
No, I wouldn't be
you're
tits.
right.
No, sorry. Marriage, Ray, and life is a trade-off.
It is.
In general, you
Yeah.
decide beforehand. Mm-hmm. Is this person worth being with everything they do?
You do actually. You're right.
That's what
there.
you do.
Yeah. Unless you're back in old Ireland where you didn't live together and had no idea the fella you were.
No,
marrying.
that is. I mean, what a lottery they were running.
They were, yeah.
I mean, wasn't that just
I
sickening
always
stuff?
feel for my mother in that respect.
Unbelievable. I mean, there's still some cultures in the country. I mean, it's not allowed to say who they are, but we won't just in case.
Yeah.
Where they sometimes don't even know each other.
No,
before.
they don't.
And then they just get thrown into a very, very confined space.
Yeah,
And
very
said,
confined.
make that work. And divorce is frowned upon in those things, and it's mad. It's some laddery like to be taken.
Yeah.
I worked with certain people along my working life in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Where a fella would say to me, "I'm getting married
Right.
in a couple of weeks," and I'd say, "Oh, who is she?" And he'd say, "Well, I don't know her. I haven't met her yet,
Oh.
but she's supposed to be lovely."
Would you do something like that if you hadn't met Nicola?
Me and Nicola.
Is this Russian brides? No.
No, oh yeah, Ray. I know a lot of the Russian community here in Sligo. I watch myself and Nicola watch Gogglebox, and on that they have Married at First Sight.
Okay.
Now I say this about all of those shows. It is not right to be putting these people on television because they're clearly, I'm not going to say the words, they're challenged people.
Right.
Okay, same as Love Island and all that. We shouldn't be glorifying these people. Anyway, the Married at First Sight is these people who go on television for fame and think they're in love. And then they marry a guy without ever seeing them. And then they're married. They meet at the altar for the first time.
Yeah.
That is crazy shit. Me and Nicola were together for 12 years before
I
we
don't
got
know.
married.
I don't think it's that crazy. I think it's...
How is that not crazy? You're marrying someone you don't know.
You do, but there's a lot of cultures out there that is the norm.
I know, that's what I was saying.
But I think in a lot of cases it just works. It's people that are very resilient and going, yeah, we'll make it work.
But,
No.
I mean, I'm all for the compromises.
And the whole historical thing around marriage was not something that was for love. Like this whole crack that marriage is for love, that's a new thing.
yeah.
Marriage was a way of securing family bloodlines and inheritance and all that sort of stuff and increasing power within families and whatnot.
You're some civil servant.
I'm sorry, but that's what it is. That's what marriage was. So
Yeah,
if you had a
it was.
so your daughter,
If you
Alan,
had land,
you'd
like,
be
yeah.
looking at now. This brings
Or
us
cows.
nicely back to cash buyer, right?
Now.
You're sitting here, right, with Nicola, and you're going, I'd love to be a cash buyer. What you should be doing is sitting downstairs looking at Ali going, you are going to be the reason I'm going to be a cash buyer soon.
Yeah.
Because you're going to marry when she comes of age,
Yeah.
you know, she's going to be married into a very powerful Sligo family.
Well, I'd hope so, but
You
I mean,
know.
our stature isn't that big. I'd have nothing to give.
But then what happens then?
How
is
we going? Do you want a speaker?
But then her new father-in-law,
Yeah.
right, will give you a fancy job and something, and you'll make big pound.
Oh yeah, I don't want to work though. Can I
So
avoid
Ali
that?
is your. Oh yeah, definitely. You won't be working. You'll be just going to the golf club with him.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Now we're talking my language.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. I mean, it's
I'll give you an example. The Fitzkendys abroad in
Step
Ross's
it out,
Point.
Mary. Oh, the
Right?
Fitzkendys, yeah.
Let's go to the Fitzkendys out there. Eddie.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's a bit of an age difference there between Eddie and Ali at the minute.
Yeah.
Do you know? It's not ideal, but at some point, it'll
Kid.
be okay.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Pretty fucked up, but okay.
But anyway, you obviously come to an agreement with Robbie Fitzkendy.
Yeah.
And the two, and then all of a sudden you're going to be swinging like big pitch and putt abroad in the Ross's Point golf course.
Yeah, playing pitch and put out in the
Yeah,
championship
and he
course.
gets a job doing selling pensions and things.
Oh, that'd
and
be
next thing,
brilliant.
and Neve, the mother of
Yeah.
your new
You get free music
son-in-law,
lessons.
you get free music lessons.
Right.
You know, she'll actually give you gigs.
Eddie,
Yeah.
when she's 20, you'll be 40 something.
Be fine.
Yeah, okay.
No
well,
problem.
I'm just saying keep it in mind is all.
Keep it in mind, Eddie. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can marry well.
Oh, you can. And
That's
make
what the
big
song
pound.
Step It Out Mary is
And then
about.
you'll end up moving out to Ross's Point because they won't want you to see you living here.
Oh yeah, I can't be.
You can't live.
I'll get into
No.
the exclusive society.
You'll get out, yeah, and all through your daughter. And that's what marriage is about. Never mind this love crack.
Yeah, so you and Laura, me and Nicola aren't really in love.
Well, no, me. I'm a fairy tale Disney story, obviously.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, I have friends in their clocks and candlesticks and whatnot. You know, I've done very well.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, and you're the old John Mellencamp song, you know.
Jack and Diane.
Jack and Diane. John.
Oh yeah, we met when we were young. I mean, it's funny you say that though, because like we had a referendum about this to a certain extent of changing the definition of families and stuff. And like, I would say like, my thing would be you can get married now for €10. Do you know what I mean? As in, like, you can just go and to the.
No, I think it's $220 minimum.
Okay, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
As in,
yeah.
it's cheap. But the point is, you can just go to the city hall and get married.
You can.
If we live in the country of Ireland where that's what you need to do to be recognised as the family,
Yeah.
just go and do it then. Because are you serious about it or not?
That's true.
That would be my point. You know,
Yeah.
people who are like, well, families come in all shapes and sizes. Of course they do. Of course they do.
But now you can
But
register them.
if you
shapes
want to
and
put your
sizes.
money where your Kendy is,
Yeah.
just go and complete that process that we have said in Ireland means that you get all of these lovely fancy things around you.
That's all my crack.
Yeah, Ray, that is all the crack as well. I want to show you something before I go. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, sure.
One thing before I go. You know the way you to be sleep talking?
Yes.
Well, I think I have something worse. Nicola obviously tells me every single week, Mark, your snoring is crazy.
Oh.
And for some reason, this week, after whatever amount of years we've been together, she decided, I'm going to show him what I mean.
Oh.
So, I couldn't believe this, man.
This is you, is
Wait
it?
till you hear this. This, like, literally would shake the estate. Like, this is
Okay.
unbelievable.
I'm excited.
Wait till you hear this now.
Yeah. I'm ready. No way.
That's real.
No way.
Listen now. Listen to this. I thought I was dead after that one.
Oh, real low end one as well.
I was like, Nicola, am I dead? Did you hear the last one there? Not to be wrecking people's eardrums. Wait and you hear this one here.
And
Have
then
you ever heard anything like? That's what Nicola listens to every day of her life. Like,
she got earplugs.
no, that's what she
needs to get
lives
earplugs.
through. She seriously lives through that. I couldn't believe it when she told me.
And you do that every night.
I must do.
Oh my God, she's a very tolerant lady.
Isn't that unbelievable?
You're definitely Jack and Diane.
Isn't that just? I can't believe that that's what I sound like. I've never heard myself like
That's
that before.
bad. I'm not even that bad.
No, I mean that sounds like I'm dying.
And I had a problem. Obviously, my problem was solved with earplugs. Laura now wears earplugs, but the two of us can't wear earplugs.
I thought you were going to say I had a problem, but I started wearing earplugs, and I don't be hearing her giving out about it anymore. So it's not so
That
bad.
did cross my mind.
Now, sorry, I know we have to go, but I want to do. Can I tell you one joke before we go, Ray?
Yeah, joke.
And then we're
Not
going to
often.
end on this. Well, I mean, yeah, I know. I don't know why. I just heard this today on TikTok, and I was like, oh my God, what a better. Anyway, okay, so there's 3 boys sitting down, Ray, having a chat.
Paddy Irishman, Paddy Englishman, Paddy Scotsman.
Okay, well, usually when someone tells a joke, Ray, they're not being told how the joke goes
I was just
to the
guessing.
person that they're telling.
Sorry. 3 lads sitting down.
Okay, let's call them Paddy Scotsman, Paddy Englishman, and Paddy Irishman.
Yeah.
So Paddy Scotsman is
Yeah.
sitting down and he says, lads, I think that I have the smallest hands in the world.
Okay.
And the boys are like, cheers, that's mad. And then Paddy Englishman goes, that's funny, because I am certain that I have the smallest feet in the world. And then Paddy Irishman goes, lads, you're not going to believe this. I am adamant. I have the smallest Mickey in the world.
Not like an Irishman to say
Right?
that, but go on.
And they say, well, let's fucking find this out. So they go to the Guinness Book of World Records.
Okay.
Sit in the waiting room, and there's an adjudicator in an office. Paddy Scotsman goes in with his tiny hands.
Yeah.
And he comes out and
Yeah.
he goes, lads, I do. The smallest hands in the world. I'm a world record holder.
Okay.
Paddy Englishman gets called in.
Yeah.
And he comes out and he goes, lads, it's true. I literally am a world record holder, the smallest feet in the world.
Okay.
The two boys are waiting outside and Paddy Irishman comes in. And he comes out like a bull. And they're like, well, what's going on? And he says, who the hell is this Ray McAndrew fella?
Yeah. Wait, no, let me think about that. Oh! I see. I've the smallest Mickey.
Episode 238, ladies and gentlemen.
I get you now.
A big fair play to Brendan
That's
for flicking
very
the
good.
keys clean off
What were you
himself.
going to call them fellas now? I'm glad now I gave you the Paddy's Englishman, Irish. You would have no names in them.
Brendan, will you make a note on your phone? Remind me never to tell Ray a
I
joke
didn't
ever
get
again.
that at all.
Will you just make sure if you ever hear me telling Ray a joke again, that you say,
My laugh on the mic.
say whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
don't tell me a joke. Ah, well, a lot of people will tell you that.
Fair play to Brendan for flicking the keys clean off himself. I'm going to go put my daughter to sleep. Ray, fair play to me.
And fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck.
The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Maeve's Cozy Front Lounge.